Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel and the next instalment on our Ford Transit Connect camper build. You know the drill by now. Grab yourself a cup of tea. Let's get into it. Okay, so we've got our walls sorted. Our ceiling is looking good and now we're going to look at the floor. So what I've done is use some double-sided foil bubble wrap. Again, this isn't a waste because I can use this in another build that I carry out. But what I've done is laid it out and created a template for one half of the van floor. I can now cut our 9mm out using that template. And then once that's laid in, I can then template the rest and work it out from there. But the added bonus that we do have is that our floor is super solid. Now it's got all these ribs in it. So we've got plenty of places to drill, so we're not going to be having any buckling or bowing or whatever effect going on there. So without further ado, let's get drawing around this and get it cut out. So it's out with the jigsaw, follow those lines around, giving ourselves a nice cut. Okay, so that's our floor cut. What we're going to do is offer it up in the van now, and hopefully we're not a million miles away. I've just done the sanding on the edges because we don't want to be affecting any of our carpet lining or whatever if we end up rubbing bits like this. We want them gone. Right. Let's get it in, give it a whirl. As I said, always be wary of the walls when you're laying in your floor. Well, that was a pretty good template. A little minor discrepancy here, but we can fill that with carpet. Plus we're having our unit here, it's not going to be a problem. But on the whole, very good, very good. We've got a nice line through here. That'll do. First part of the floor in, and it is looking good. Nice lines. Decent. Now let's get this part made. Easy templating techniques here, and pushing the material into the edges and then cutting lines out, trimming and adjusting where you need to. Okay, so our floor is all ready to go, but what we want to do now to give ourselves the best cut we can for our vinyl flooring on top is to remove this floor, lay it out onto the back of the vinyl, draw around the vinyl and then cut it out. That way we don't have to work with a 2 meter wide roll trying to bend it into corners and cut it, etc. We can cut this to pretty much the exact shape that we have here, and then that will give us a completed floor ready for our van. So I've laid out some double-sided foil insulation as a sort of blanket for the vinyl to live on. So I've used some axle stands there while I've rolled out the vinyl just to stop it creeping back over. So that's our vinyl rolled out, and also our pieces laid out onto the back of the vinyl, with obviously the top side of the ply that we've put down being to the back of the vinyl. So when it's all flipped round, everything's in the correct orientation. So now we need to draw around all the perimeter, and then once that's out of the way we can then take our Stanley blade and scissors if we need to, but generally a Stanley blade because this is a hard wearing floor. We'll talk about the floor in a second. This is a hard wearing floor, so it is thick and heavy. So scissors might be hard work. And hopefully once we've cut this out, we'll have something that resembles a nice floor in our van once we've screwed our ply down and stuck our flooring on. So it's out with the Sharpie to draw around the wood. So it's unlikely you would go through in one cut, but just always be careful when using your knife and making sure that you stick to the lines as best you can. It may take you 2 or 3 passes to get through the vinyl itself. You're very unlikely to get through it in one. Vinyl cut out. Let's have a little chat about it. Okay, let's have a quick chat about the flooring I use. So for my conversions, I'll go to Harrison's Trim Supplies for my flooring. They do the outro contracts and walkway options, and also Target safety flooring, which is their wood effect range. Now this stuff is super hard wearing. It's quite thick, probably 4mm thick, and there is a 2mm hard wearing layer on top. This isn't the sort of stuff that you'll pick up to put in your bathroom at home. This is the real deal stuff that is super hard wearing, you know. I can take a blade and you can even see the blade. You can see the blade here. See the damage to the blade just by doing the cut. So yeah, it is super tough, you know. We can scratch that up with a Stanley knife and we get nothing, you know. I'll leave a link in the description, but go check out Target safety flooring from Harrison's Trim Supplies, as well as their outro flooring options. In goes the ply for the final time. I'm countersinking holes and using 20mm screws to drill through the wood into the battens that we laid underneath. With the countersink, it helps because it keeps the screw head below the surface of the ply. That way when you come to lay your vinyl on, it is as smooth as can be with no bumps from screw heads. When screwing down one piece next to another, you always want to try and make sure you get those level as possible. So a slower screwing technique is used just to pull the wood down to level up with what it's sitting next to. So once you're happy that all your screws are down and your floor is looking nice and flat, you can bring in your vinyl and roll it out. Floor's down. Let's have a look. What do you reckon to that? For a first lay, it's pretty good. Obviously this has been rolled up its entire life. What we're going to do now is let this set. I'm going to let it settle, you know, and then we can apply some spray adhesive and then get this stuck down to the wood. But I'm super impressed with how that's looking, and let us know what you think. It's come a long way from an untidy and very tired work van. We're actually getting somewhere now, and this floor will tie in lovely with the ideas that we've got for the woodwork going into this van. So leave us a comment down below, let us know what you think. Well, that's it for this video. I appreciate it's a short one, but we've got our floor down. Time was against me, other projects and bits and pieces going on at work, of course, but we've made a huge dent into the interior on this van now, and it's starting to look the place. So leave us a comment, let us know what you think and how we're getting on. As always, thanks ever so much for watching. Do hit that thumbs up, do subscribe down below and hit that bell notification so you know when I next upload, and we'll catch you on the next one.